You guys have been asking for it for a long time, and today I'm finally gonna bring it to you. It is the top 10 Simpsons hit and run cars. Cue intro now.
Are you ready for fun?
Now this is actually a list that you guys have been requesting for quite a long time since I actually uploaded the top 10 hardest missions list, which was way back in December, and up to today people are requesting it now, so I had to do it. The top 10 best cars. How do I decide this? It's gonna be a very difficult list for me because there's actually a lot of great cars to use. You know, it kills all the cars that you see in GTA. It kills all of Forza, all that stuff, man. You already know the Simpsons and runs a real deal, but you know, totally just kidding, by the way. But very fun cars to use. Some of them are very fast, some of them very powerful. So because of that reason, I really had to think this through. And today, I'm finally gonna give you guys my final thoughts on them. So here it is. This is the top 10 Simpsons hit and run best cars. Now before we go into the actual list, what I want to do is actually point out the dishonorable mentions, just so I don't get anyone's hopes up of seeing these cars in the list later on, and I don't want you to face any disappointment later, so let's disappoint you right away. Also later on in the video, I will be mentioning the honorable mentions as well, but yeah, once again, let's get to the dishonorable mentions. First car I'm going to mention, the Globex villain car. Now why is this car on here despite the awesome stats? Because it was just never that useful for me. It actually causes me to cause more wreckage, more than it does success when I'm trying to complete a mission. And besides set to kill, you try to get into a shortcut, you're most likely going to crash with this car because it's just too wide. You really can't do anything that well with it. I don't have any fond memories with it. That's why I'm excluding it from ever being in my top 10. Second car that I'm going to point out, the zombie car itself. A lot of people are actually fans of the zombie car because it has a badass look, because it has very great stats and everything, but my problem with this car is how hard it is for me to control it and how easy it is for me to crash with it. I simply don't like it. Once again, no fond memories with this car, nothing but crashing, nothing but cops, nothing but wrecking the car very easily. It's very fragile for me. I just never enjoyed using this car, whether it's in level 7 or any of the previous missions. I just can't do it, guys. I really can't. It's not going to be in my list. Third car that I'm going to mention, the police car. I'm not trying to say this is a bad car or I just couldn't complete any missions with it. You definitely can, but there's just way more cars ahead of it at this point by the time we see it, and it just couldn't really make my list. It doesn't stand out in any way. Besides the fact that you get to drive in a cop car, there's really nothing special about this, so I will be excluding the police car as well. So now let's get into the actual top 10. Let's kick it off with, of course, number 10, the Longhorn. Now this is the first car that you actually see when you reach Apu's missions in level 5, and the reason why it is on my list simply because of how fast and useful it is. It's useful to the point that I can actually carry this out throughout the entire level without actually having to buy another car aside from the required purchases from the actual missions itself. It has quite the decent durability, and the fact that it can carry an entire level for you just makes it all that much better. I don't know, for me that's just very useful because I don't have to spend any money, and without the stats on its own, it's just that great of a car, you know? And also it has a pretty nice design on it, I can't lie. But the Longhorn makes its way onto my list, and rightfully so. Now let's move on to number 9, Mr. Burns' limo. Sadly, this is a car that we can only use until we actually reach level 7, but this car nonetheless is a freaking badass. With the 4.5 top speed and quite the power on it, we learned to give Smithers his props on picking up an awesome convertible that has amazing speed, stability, and power that can just get you through your missions. Whenever you may need him, he is right there, along with having that very classic car look. It's just an overall great car. We were first introduced into the car in the first level. Because of it, I thought it would be nothing more than a junk car because we were actually required to destroy it, and it was actually pretty slow. But using the car completely flips my opinion on it, and it's the awesome stats just take the cake. Smithers' car, just it's an awesome weapon to have. Now moving on to number 8, we actually have the Chase Sedan. Now, can I really say much about this? The answer is no. It has the simple look, but the speed and the fact that this car can be controlled easily makes this one of the better cars in the game. We get access to this in level 6, so we still have quite some time to actually enjoy it and all its awesomeness. This car is fantastic. For races, for your average missions, anything like that, it will get the job done. Although I can't really think of anything unique about this vehicle itself, I can't ignore how useful and fast this car is, and without a doubt, it earns a spot on my list easily. Now moving on to number 7, we have the hover bike. Now what is not to like about this vehicle? It's super small, so you can access narrow shortcuts without any problems because it is a bike after all. So it's very skinny, not wide at all. And if I'm not wrong, it actually is one of the fastest cars in the entire game. Top 3 probably. And I am talking statistics wise, of course. An awesome look of red and white along with the alien-like sounding horn. There's just so much about what really stands out about this entire vehicle. And it just makes me really love it and make it one of my favorite cars in the entire game. Now I'm sure many of you will now be wondering, well, if it's your favorite car, why isn't it number 1 on your list, awesome average Johnny? Well, let me tell you, my awesome fans, despite all of its greatness, it's not that powerful of a vehicle at all, so it easily gets knocked around, whether it's lampposts, walls, anything like that. It can put you in a serious disadvantage, but when you really know how to play the game well, you know how to drift. Once you get all that down, you will hardly have any trouble, and this hover bike will without a doubt become one of your favorites. Moving on to number 6, we have the Bandit. Simple design with the snake on the paint job, but with amazing speed, handling, and statistics. This car is nothing short of being amazing that it is almost criminal. Yes, pun intended. Snake's Bandit car makes an appearance as level 2, but we don't really get a hands-on try on the vehicle until level 5 in Apu's missions. The car has great controllability, speed, and amazing handling. It even goes through destroying an atrocious armored car that is very difficult to beat in the mission Quick Cash. We get access to the car in level 6 once we completed the bonus mission, and it is simply an awesome car to drive. It's another one of my favorites in the game, and being able to listen to Snake when he is in the car makes it all of that much more fun to play. With some great dialogue, great statistics, all around a great car, this Bandit car makes its way on to number 6. Now we are moving on to the top 5 spots in this entire list. Number 5, we have the Farini car from level 6. Now someone tell me how this 10-year-old kid gets a freaking badass car. Like, why the hell is he even driving? Like, so many questions, but so little f***s given. Bart tops every child's miserable lives with an amazing vehicle, a 4-star top speed, and a 5-star handling. Bart's Farini car alone can get you through all of level 6, even in set to kill if you wanted to. It's even good enough to still be used in level 7. That way, you could even get some Bart and Homer action for the final level. It's just that good. We first get introduced to the car in the final mission to level 5, and from that moment on, it just becomes one of the best cars in the game. A great look for the roofless car, and just great speed and control, and the handling as well is one of the best things about it. The Farini may indeed be the best started car in the entire game. And contrary to the cars I don't have fond memories of, this one is the total opposite. I have nothing but great memories using this car, and today I will be cementing it as one of the best cars in all of Simpsons Hit and Run. Moving on to my number 4 spot, we have, oh shoot, I didn't realize this. Controversy alert, the open wheel race car. Whoa, number 4? But it's the fastest car in the game. Look at those stats. You got it all wrong, bro. It has to be number 1. Now that's probably what all of you just said right now. Before anyone wants to debate me about this, let's talk about this like adults. The open wheel race car is by far the fastest car in the game, aside from the secret but fragile jet car from level 1. The open wheel race car is perfect for races. You'll take them all with no trouble. Any missions that have timing on it, this car just may be the right one for you. The open wheel race car is simply amazing, but there is 2 big issues that I have with it. It is wide and it is fragile as hell. Surprisingly, it's not that hard to control. It's perfect for drifting in fact, but the moment you smack into a lamppost, immediate slowdown, and you might be possibly turned the other way. If you smack into a wall, there's a good chance smoke will be coming out within just 1 hit. When you have this car under control, you have no issues completing your tasks, but keeping it from smacking into objects and its wide self is just quite the hassle and makes it much lower ranked than I would like it to be. Believe me, I love this car, but I just can't set it any higher because of the setbacks that it causes. Other than that, amazing and beautiful car, but goddamn, they had to kill it. Now that we got the controversy out of the way, let's move on to our number 3 spot, the car built for Homer. Oh, how much I love this car for so many reasons. This car is introduced to us in level 5, and if I am not wrong, it is the first vehicle with 4.5-star top speed that we can get access to in the game. Despite its more or less decent acceleration, this car is a beast with speed, and not only that, it is very perfect for wrecking cars too. Although not at 5-star strength, this car is always my number 1 pick when it comes to picking vehicles for destruction. I never look at any other. It even has a pretty funny horn. As I mentioned right now, we get this car in level 5, and level 5 is actually quite early to be getting a vehicle of this kind of status. And it just makes it that much better to have. It handles itself very well, and it's very easy to control, once again making itself even better than it already is, and because of that, it is simply the 3rd best car on my whole list. It's another car that I just have fond fond memories of. When I first saw it, I was like, what the hell is this junk? But as soon as I drove it, oh my god, I freaking love it, dude. Simply a badass machine. Coming up on the list, we have number 2. Remember when I said that the Farini car was the fastest best starter car in the game?
It was a lie.
But that's aside from the point. The 70s sports car, man. This car was just so hard to put at number 2 because it's just that awesome. In level 7 we get Homer's sports car that he refused to sell to send Bart to college, but after using it in the game, all is forgiven, to be honest. It is one of the fastest cars in the game statistically, and it just packs a punch. This car is great to use for any level. We can all agree that we are just happy about its existence. A simple look, but a job well done. This car can get you through everything from races to missions to the wager races with ease, and pretty much everything except for the destroy missions, of course. But all the amazing stats and abilities of this car makes you fall in love with it and want you to use it for all your needs in the game, and simply makes it an all-around legendary car in this game. The 70s sports car, my god, man, definitely will always have fond memories of it. And once again, my number 2 spot. Now we gotta see what exactly topped this amazing car. But before I actually do get into the number 1, let's talk about the honorable mentions that I mentioned to you guys in the beginning of the video. I bet you guys forgot about that, didn't you? First car I want to mention, the 36 Struts Beer Rat. Now, why did I put this? Why did I even consider the car in the first place? It's a very strong car, it's small, but it packs a punch, and it has decent speed for the time it was available to us. It does the job. If you guys do want to destroy a car, this car is perfectly fine to use. However, it does take a little bit longer to do, so it's not really my ideal choice to be using all the time. Same thing I could say about this is the tractor from level 4 that you get from Willie in the back of the school. It's very powerful, pretty decent speed for level 4. It's definitely a useful car to have. However, it's not ideal because once again, it's not that easy to control, and it just doesn't have all those great abilities that previous cars that I mentioned actually do have. Third car I want to mention is a little bit more based on speed, is the clown car. The clown car is I guess Krusty's car, and you can get this in level 4 from Gil. And the reason why I was considering it is because it simply has a great appeal design. I love the clown car look. It looks hilarious. The back pops bubbles in the back. It's just an all-around appealing car. I do use it to some extent, quite often actually, if I'm gonna be honest. However, I didn't include it because it just can't top the other cars that I mentioned in this video. And yeah, but other than that, I have great fond memories of the clown car. Last car I want to mention, the hover car. Professor Frink's hover car is a complete badass. It turns invisible, it has that alien-like horn, and it's super fast. But the big problem with it is how reckless it is. It can easily crash into buildings, and it just kind of kills it. It's not really ideal for doing missions with it, so I kind of leave the hover car on the side. But besides that, I love the design. I love the way it looks and everything, and how it feels, how it drives, all that stuff. I sound like I'm talking about an actual car, but you know what I mean. But yeah, those are my honorable mentions. Now let's get on to my number 1 spot. And finally, the number 1 spot in this top 10 cars list that you guys have all been waiting for. What is my favorite car in the entire game? Here it is. It is the hearse from level 7. Wow, man. This freaking car is just out of this world. It is just something else. What can I say about this car that I cannot say about the others? It's all around great in every aspect you can think of. It has speed, it has power, it has handling, it has controllability, everything. You name it, this car has it. It even has freaking hot rod flames on the side. It has a siren on the cop car. It has an amazing horn. It fits the theme of level 7, which is a zombie world. This thing has everything, man. You really cannot go wrong with this car. It's perfect for your missions, it's perfect for your races, wager races, everything, man. This thing, you can't top it. You really can't top it. You know, no matter how much you love the other cars I mentioned in the list, no matter how much I say I like it, I can't top the hearse. It's just all around amazing. When it came to speed and power, I always thought the car built for Homer would always be number 1, but this one just takes the cake, man. This car just completely blew it out of water, and it's just amazing, dude. I love the hearse. The hearse has a great design, great look, and just great all-around abilities. That's why today I am cementing it as the number 1 car in the Simpsons Hit and Run. So there you have it, guys. That was my top 10 list of the best cars in Simpsons Hit and Run. Once again, I want to let you guys know how hard it was to put this stuff together, because you really got to think about it, and you really got to choose some of your favorite cars to be over other favorite cars you have, and it just kind of was that difficult for me to do. But hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys can agree with some of the stuff I say. If not, that's perfectly fine. We all have different opinions. Let me know in the comments below which one is your favorite car. and let me know what cars I may have been missing in the video altogether. But once again, hopefully you guys enjoyed. More content to be coming out soon. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the new look of this Simpsons videos. Have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.